Hello bookish friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading, and for today's video I am coming at you guys with not a monthly TBR, I almost said that, not a monthly TBR, but I'm coming at you with a 5-star prediction TBR. So I done a 5-star prediction last year, but I kind of scrapped that TBR because a lot of the books I put on there are like intimidating books for me, and also just books I know I won't read unless I have somebody to buddy read them with me. So I have 10 books here that I think will be 5-star predictions, and then I have 5 honorable mention that I want to talk about. So let's get started. It's going to be a long video, so grab a blanket, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's just sit down and talk about books. Why don't we? So my first honorable mention, well actually this one I'm already almost finished with, but the reason why I wanted to make this video is because of this book, because of how much I'm loving it. This kind of inspired me to look at my shelf and pick out more 5-star reads, because this is going to be a 5-star read for me, and that was So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. This is a new YA fantasy about sisters and dragons and a kingdom burning, and it's an amazing read. I can't wait to talk about this in my April wrap-up. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm going to talk more about this in my April wrap-up. Blah. Words are already messing up. So starting off with my honorable mention, my first honorable mention pick I have here, The Foxglove King by Hannah Whitten. This is the first book in a new series by Hannah Whitten, and I read her other duology, For the Wolf, and I really loved it. I gave both books in that series a 5-star read, so I have a feeling this will also be a 5-star read. I know book 2, The Hemlock Queen, comes out next Tuesday, so it will be out by the time this video goes up, so happy early or belated book birthday. There's just something about adult fantasy that grips me. It says, in this gilded gothic and romantic new epic fantasy series from New York Times bestselling author, a young woman's secrets power to raise the dead plunges her into the dangerous world of the sainted king royal court. And it says, Lore has been living her wits since she was a child, running poisons for the cartel that took her in, avoiding the attention of the law, and keeping her affinity for death magic a secret. It sounds so good. There's a lot of hype about this one right now on Book Talk, and like I said, book 2 comes out this coming Tuesday, so hopefully I love this, and if I do, I'll pick up book 2, hopefully. The next one I think that will be a 5-star read for me is a new one that I just showed off in my March book haul, and that is Lore of the Wilds by Annalia Sabrina. This is a first in a new adult fantasy series as well. This one says, in an abandoned library with a deadly enchantment, a fey lore who will do anything to get in, a brave human woman, a collective of stories willing to risk it all for a taste of knowledge and power. Ooh, the back of that literally sold me when I was reading it at Target last month, and I am honestly just excited to read a debut BIPOC author, and I think, I could be wrong, there might be queer characters in here, I don't know if there is or not, so don't come at me for that. But I know this is a debut novel, so I'm excited to see what this new fae world has in store for me. If you can't tell, I love a good fae novel. The next book is recommended to me by my friend Donna over at Mom's Book Collection, and so that is Godkiller by Hannah Craner. I'm so sorry for butchering this. As you can see, I still have my receipt in here from when I bought it at the Writers Block last month in March. I really don't know too much except that this is getting compared to The Witcher and Gideon the Ninth. So I don't know how to feel about that because I don't like either of those fandoms. But I know there's gods in here and playing with power. Somebody is murdered by a fire god. I don't know. All I know is that Donna from Mom's Book Collection raves about this book anytime I hang out with her. So Donna, this is for you. I'm hoping to read this. I do have the audiobook currently checked out for my Hoopla, so maybe I'll get around to reading it. And it's not a big fantasy book like I thought it would be. And I believe book 2 just came out or it's coming out. I can't remember. And I know this is the first in a new adult fantasy trilogy for me, so excited for that. The next honorable mention is a third and final book of a trilogy, and that is Beasts of War by Ayana Gray. This is the third and final book of this trilogy, like I just said, and so I can't really talk too much about this because I don't want to spoil what happens in books 1 and 2. Just know I read book 1 because of my book club. We picked it out for our October pick, whatever year the first book came out in, and then I've just now recently read book 2 this year, and though ever since then I've been like, I want to pick this up, but I'm also scared to say goodbye to this one. I might be going to Y'all West this year, and Ayana Gray is actually going to be attending Y'all West, so I'm hoping I can bring all 3 of my books with me and get them signed. If I can, that will be really awesome. And also, that one will wrap up a series for me. The next one I have here is a book I've been hearing nothing but amazing things about. I know Jan from Jan Agnaton just gave this one 5 stars, and we have similar reading tastes, so I'm excited to see what I think of this one. I meant to read this in March, but I never got to it, so hopefully in the month of April, and that is Feybound by Sarah El Arifi. This is a adult fantasy first book in a series, or it's a standalone. I can't remember. Somebody in the comments let me know, please. Very excited for this one as well. Of course, in the title, there's the word Fae. Anything with Fae, I am like now sold on. I read The Absent Underground recently, which, spoiler alert for my April wrap-up, that has Fae in it. So honestly, I'm just too excited for this one as well. I literally bought this book the day it came out in January this year. It says two elven sisters become imprisoned in the intoxicating world of Fae, where danger and love lie in wait. Feybound is the first book in an enchanting new trilogy from the New York Times bestselling author. And it says, Yearn was born on a battlefield, has lived on the battlefield, and one day she knows she will die on the battlefield. As a warrior in the elven army, she has known nothing but violence for her whole life. Her sister, Letto, oh my gosh, is trying to make a living as a diviner, seeking prophecy of a better future. Sign me up. I'm really excited for this, and hopefully I love it. On to my actual list. So the first one on my actual list of 5-star prediction is Destroy the Day by Bridget Kemmerer. When I started to make up my list, this was literally the first book that I thought of for 5-star prediction. Not only because it's a finale of a trilogy, but it's also a finale of one of my new favorite trilogies that I've read recently. This trilogy honestly made Bridget Kemmerer an author for me. I've read all of her books minus her 2 contemporary books that she has out. Maybe after finishing this, and if I need more of Bridget writing, I will pick up those contemporary novels. So yeah, third and final book of the Defy the Night trilogy, which you do need to read the Cursebreaker trilogy in order to read this, because there are some like Easter eggs in here, you know. Third and final, really hard to talk about sequels, so I'm just gonna move on. This next book I am starting literally tonight with my friend Lori. Hi Lori, if you're watching. And that is Heartless Hunter by Christine Cilarelli. This is a first book in a new fantasy duology trilogy. Again, I don't know how long the series is. I'm so sorry. I got this beautiful copy from Owl Crate, so I'll leave my Owl Crate unboxing up above and down below. This is a first in a new Enemies to Lovers, and it's about witch and a witch hunter. Need I say more? Both Lori and I just feel like this is going to be a 5-star read for us, and Lori already started this at the time of me filming, and I haven't started my read yet, but hopefully after this video I will start this one. So this one will be read first out of all the ones that I've shown off so far. Next is very different from all the books that I've shown so far, but there's just something about a good contemporary novel that I feel like will be a 5-star read for me, and that is Hollow Fires by Samia Ahmed, I believe is the author's name. I'm sorry if I butcher it. Look at this cool spine. I love how cool it looks. This is I know it's going to be a hard-hitting contemporary novel. I read Internment by this author. I think this is the book, right? yeah, Interment, and I really enjoyed that one. That was also hard-hitting, and it made me learn a lot about that setting and culture and all that, and I'm hoping that's what Hollow Fires will do for this one. All I know is this was by an author that I loved from the past, and I'm hoping, again, her next novel I will love as well. So, different book than all the fantasy we had so far, so maybe this one might get read first as well. Who knows? The next one I have, this author is also going to Y'all West, and that is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. This one is very popular right now on Book Talk. I am so excited to be reading this one. I heard that there was a competition setting in here, and if you know me, I love a good competition setting. So very stoked to get to this and hoping to love this one as well. There's secrets, betrayals, seduction, and there's power involved. And my camera is flashing, so I'll be right back. Hello, bookish friends. Welcome back to the video. Sorry for filming this on the next day. I filmed the first half of this video on Saturday, aka last night, and now it's Sunday morning, so let's finish off this video before I have to go to church. So the last book we talked about was The Atlas 6, which is a first book in a new trilogy that just got completed this year, and it's a competition setting, and you guys know me, I love my good competition settings. The next book I have on my 5-star prediction list is I Must Betray You by Ruta Sepetys. This is a book by Ruta Sepetys that I haven't read yet, obviously. I actually just recently bought myself a new copy of this last month in February from Book of the Month. I originally bought this book from Book of the Month last year, or whatever year it came out in. Does it tell me what year? In 2022. So I originally bought this in 2022, and I somehow misplaced my copy. So I bought myself a new copy, and it's here now. And I just feel like this is going to be a 5-star read for me because I love Ruta Sepetys' writing. I've read 4 of her books now. Let's see. I've read Out of the Easy, Salt to the Sea, and Fountain of Silence. So 3 out of the 5 books she has out currently. I don't really know too much about this one except it's set in Romania in 1989, and there's a group of casts that we follow. So I know I'm going to learn a lot because I don't know anything about that era. So I'm excited to see what this has in store for me, and I hope it's as good as her last 3 books that I've read. The next book, if you can't tell what it is by this chunky size, is House of Flames and Shadows. I almost forgot the name of the title. I guess I can use this for buzzword for Lala's buzzword for the month of April because it's nature words in the title, and earth is technically a nature word, I think. So that could totally work for this. And I honestly just need somebody to buddy read this with me at this point. It's been out since January. I have not been spoiled for it yet, so please do not do any spoilers at all. I will be so mad. I bought this the day it came out, and I still haven't read it yet, despite me having my page breakdown already made. So I just honestly need to start this. I literally bought the audiobook from Audible, and I bought the ebook because I was like, oh, maybe I'll read this when I'm traveling. And I kind of started it, but I wasn't too far in. But yeah, I haven't even finished it yet, so we shall see. Hopefully I'll finish this, and hopefully this video will motivate me to pick this one back up soon. The next book I have is from Owl Crate, and something about having a special edition of a book just makes me feel like I will love it even more. This is a first book in a new series. Book 2 comes out in August, I think, and that is Omen of Ice by Juice Acado. I think it's the author's name, or Hus Acado. It says, when a fae falls in love, it's forever. And on the back of this, it says, our lives cannot stop. They will all be watching us. And it's the first in a series. And honestly, the summary of this book made me laugh. So this says, Keltrina Toon has spent her whole life trying to become a bodyguard for a winter fae. It's the highest of honors for a druid. Only when Tiana arrives at the winter court for the first time, nothing is what she expected.
Her assignment is the heir to the throne, Valen, and he doesn't want her protection. In fact, he wants her gone yesterday. But Tiana will not compromise, even if he is the most arrogant jackass she ever met, because something isn't right in the winter courts. Like, what? I was just like, whoa, they put the word jackass on a summary. Interesting. So yes, this is another book set in Fae, and like I said yesterday, I love a good Fae setting, so hopefully this is another like Fae story I can keep recommending to you guys. If you guys want a Fae recommendation video, let me know down below and I might be able to do that. The next book is a finale to a series that I absolutely love. This is a Wednesday book title, and I'm so sorry for showing it off, but I honestly think this will be a 5-star. I've cried in book 1. I have a reading vlog of book 1 from when I went to Maine a few years ago, so I'll put my main vlog up above or down below. But that is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. This is the, like I said, second and final book of this duology. Loved book 1, gave it 5-star, absolutely cried in it. So I'm expecting the same feelings in this one, especially because it's a finale. And this is a beautiful, stunning edition from Owl Crate. So cannot wait to read this and hopefully get another Owl Crate book off my list. Second to final book on this list is Malice by Heather Walter. Right? Yeah. For some reason that sounded wrong. This is a first book in a new adult fantasy series for me. I think the series is completed now. It's only a duology. I don't know the title of book 2, so I'll put a picture here on the screen. Both covers are stunning. I love them. This is a adult fantasy Snow White lesbian characters in here, I think. Looks like I did started this book as well. I'm only on chapter 2. But this says, once upon a time, there was a wicked fairy who, in an act of vengeance, cursed a line of princesses to die. A curse that could only be broken by true love's kiss. You heard this before, haven't you? The handsome prince, the happily ever after, utter nonsense. Let me tell you, no one in Bear actually cares about what happens to its princesses. Not the way they can about their jewel and elaborate parties and charming exilers. I thought I didn't care either until I met her, Princess Aurora. It sounds so good. I just honestly can't wait to restart this one and then hopefully finish it. This has been on my list for a while, so, and I know this is very popular on Book Talk as well. And the last book I have on my list is a finale of a trilogy that I absolutely love, so I know this will be a 5-star read for me, and that is Fatebreaker by Victoria Aveyard. Victoria Aveyard is also an author who's going to be at Y'all West. I was in line with her in 2019, but I never actually was able to get to meet her because her line was just so long and there was other authors I wanted to meet. So hopefully this year, if I go to Y'all West, I definitely want to meet Victoria, and I want to see if I can get all 3 of her trilogies, or all 3 of these books in this trilogy signed. So I only need to read Fatebreaker, which just came out in the month of February. It's a finale of a trilogy, so we pick up right where we left off in Bladebreaker, which again I absolutely loved. So I'm kind of curious to see what my favorite book is going to be, because as of right now, Bladebreaker is my favorite book of the trilogy. So I'm excited to see what happens in this big chunky of a novel. So there you have it. Those are all my books I feel like will be 5-star reads for me. Have you read any of these books? Let me know down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so don't miss any new videos coming from me soon. And I'll talk to you guys down in the comments below. If you made it all the way through, let's leave a sword down below. Leave a sword emoji down below. If they don't have a sword, leave a crown emoji if they don't have one for sword. And I'll talk to you guys down in the comments below. Bye.